Is there anything else besides Matt Rhule reviewing the class, do you think that he is going to be, not necessarily that he's going to want to talk about, but the media is going to ask him about?
Oh, there's always a lot more the media wants to ask. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny because back in the day, you know, Bo Pelini, Mike Riley, even Scott Frost for probably the first 3 years, they wouldn't put any restrictions on them. They would go. They hated it. They'd go for at least 45 minutes, up to an hour, getting grilled by the media. They stopped. They started limiting Frost there the last year and a half, and cutting it down. So now, yeah, our beloved SID Keith, man, we love him to death, and so now he kind of limits everything to about 15, 20 minutes. Well, we'll start jumping in there saying one more for coach, and then obviously there's like 3 more asks. He has to finally jump in there and says, "Okay, thanks, coach," and it's done. So yeah, it'll be limited. Basically, I think most of it will be about the recruiting class, and then I would imagine a little bit about commenting on his complete staff and what he likes about all these guys, which I think are, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, these guys, every single one of them has been just so impressive as a person. And so I think there will be a lot of that besides what the recruiting class is. And obviously everybody knows that we don't know anything until spring ball starts anyway, because, these coaches haven't been able to do anything football related with the guys besides meet with them and stuff at this point. But like I said, the coaching staff to me it's just an impressive bunch of young, competitive dudes. I mean, Terrence Knighton, pot roast played in the NFL, and he's 36 years old, and he's the defensive line coach at Nebraska now. And kids still know who he was. And a lot of these coaches are all that same age, and they connect to these kids so much. And it is just a very aggressive, competitive group of guys that are out there recruiting and building relationships. And not a one of those coaches want to be the weak link in the chain. That's why they are competitive. They are trying to outdo the other guy when it comes to recruiting, and when it comes to managing his room, and it's really, really cool to see that they are a complete cohesive team and not just coaches that are out there for themselves, kind of trying to better their career.